Tonight, Swiss misfit. A discrepancy emerges between the tales of Swiss embassy and its staffer. Still the one. United National Party General Secretary insists that despite contradictory claims, Ranil Wickremesinghe still remains the party leader. Too little, too late. Court extends Royal Park murder convict's travel ban, while the immigration chief says the convict is already out of the country. UN interference. Aung San Suu Kyi faces accusations of genocide at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. All that and much more coming up on First at 9, this Tuesday, the 10th of December, 2019.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9.
මේ සීන් එකෙන් කට් වෙන්න ඇන්ටිජර් මවුත් වොෂ් සමගින් එන ක්ලෝස් අප් ජෙල් එක ස්ටෝරි එක ස්ටාර්ට් කරන්න.
Hi.
Hi.
Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Dhammika Kanaka. Let's start with your local stories. The saga of an alleged abduction of a local Swiss embassy staffer has taken another turn, with the CID sources saying that there are discrepancies in the account of the incident provided by the embassy and the alleged victim. Identified as Garnier Bannister Francis, the alleged victim gave a statement to the CID for a third day today, and she was also produced for a medical examination with the judicial medical officer. There was a considerable delay in the Swiss embassy staffer giving a statement to the CID, as the Swiss embassy withheld her over alleged medical grounds. Now, in the meantime, the travel ban imposed on the purported victim has also been extended until the 12th of this month, as per the order of the Colombo Chief Magistrate. Local staffer of the Swiss embassy in Colombo, Garnier Bannister Francis, who alleges that she was abducted, was produced for a medical checkup with the Colombo Judicial Medical Officer yesterday. The move was taken following an order issued by the Colombo Chief Magistrate Lanka Jayaratne to ascertain whether she was subjected to sexual or physical abuse. Afterwards, she was taken to the police criminal investigation department around 4 p.m, where her statement was recorded for a second day for around 6 hours. She was yet again summoned to the CID today, and she continued giving a statement from 9 a.m. for a duration of 4 hours. Following which, Francis was again produced for a checkup with the Colombo Judicial Medical Officer. Just as it was yesterday, she was taken to the CID. The CID's interrogation of the alleged victim of the abduction has revealed a considerable discrepancy between the accounts of the alleged incident given by the Swiss embassy and the alleged victim. While the Swiss embassy's initial complaint said that Garnier Bannister Francis was abducted adjacent to a school located in Colombo 7, her own statement says that the alleged incident occurred when she visited a residence of a teacher in Bambalapitiya. Sources meanwhile say that although it was indicated that the alleged abduction was done with the use of a white-coloured vehicle, evidence depicts that Garnier Bannister Francis had returned to her residence safely in Maligakanda in the red-coloured vehicle she had used for travel on the day of the alleged incident.
Garnier Bannister Francis hevat Shriyalata Pereira. මේක තමයි නාටකයේ නම. දැන් Garnier Bannister Francis කියන්නේ මේ කාන්තාව born again කියන යම්කිසි ක්‍රිස්තියානි නිකායකට බැඳීමෙන් පසුව ඇයට ලැබිච්ච නම. ඇත්තනම ශ්‍රියාලතා පෙරේරා. කවුද මේ ශ්‍රියාලතා පෙරේරා කියන්නේ? කැලණිය එජාප අපේක්ෂක බෙවන් පෙරේරාගේ ඥාති දියණිය. වෙන විදිහකින් කියනවා නම් අපි කියනවා ලේලිය. බෙවන් පෙරේරාගේ පුතා මංජුල පෙරේරා තමයි එක්තරා පුද්ගලයෙක් ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා මේ කාන්තාව සූදානම් මාධ්‍ය සාකච්ඡාවකට එන්න මෙන්න මේ කියන ලිපිනේ මෙන්න මේ තැනට එන්න කියලා. මාධ්‍යවේදීන් උදේ 10ට විතර එන්න කියන්නේ උදේ සිට හවස වෙනකන් ඉන්න එතන. හැබැයි මේ පුද්ගලයා නෑ. හැබැයි තොරතුරු අනුව අහලා බලද්දි කියනවා ඒ අදාළ නිවසේ අවුරුදු 10කින් විතර ආවේ නෑ කියලා. හැබැයි ගෙදර ගහලා තියෙන්නේ බෝඩ් එකේ ගෙදර නාම පූර්වයේ තියෙන්නේ බෙවන් පෙරේරා. බෙවන් පෙරේරාගේ පුතා තමයි මංජුල පෙරේරා තමයි මේ මාධ්‍ය සාකච්ඡාවට එන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. කවදාද මේ පැමිණිල්ල කළ තියෙන්නේ? නොවැම්බර් 27. ඇය අධිකරණයට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ බොහොම මෑතක මම හිතන 7 වෙනිදා හෝ 8 වෙනිදා. උපුල් කුමාරප්පෙරම නීතිඥ මහත්මයා කියනවා ලාංකික සහ විදේශීය වෛද්‍යවරු දෙදෙනෙක් පරීක්ෂා කරාලු. මම දන්නේ නැහැ ඔන්ලයින්ද ෆේස් टू ෆේස්ද කියලා. දෙන්නම කියලා තියෙනවලු අය ලිංගික හිරිහැර වලට ලක් කරලා තිබෙනවා. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ ඔන්ලයින් පරීක්ෂණ ක්‍රමයකින් කොහොමද කියලා ලිංගික හිරිහැර වුණා කියලා කියන්නේ මේ අයට උපදෙස් දීලා තියෙනවා වෛද්‍යවරු. මොකක්ද උපදෙස? පුළුවන් තරම් වෛද්‍ය පරීක්ෂණයකට යෑම පමා කරන්න. එතකොට පුළුවන් කියන්න වෛද්‍ය පරීක්ෂණයෙන් පසුව වෛද්‍යවරයාට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ මට ඉදිරිපත් කළ තිබෙන සාක්ෂි අනුව මේ ශාරීරික අංගය මැකිලා. ඒ නිසා ඇයට තිබෙන සාක්ෂි අනුව මට කියන්න බෑ අඩත් ඒටමක් වෙලාද කියලා. ඒකෙන් කියන්න බෑ ඇයට උනේ නැහැ කියලා. ඇයට වෙලා තිබෙනවා. අන්න ආපහු ජාත්‍යන්තරය අන්න ගන්නවා. එතකොට කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? වෛද්‍ය සාක්ෂි අනුව සිද්ධිය වුණාද නැද්ද කියලා කියන්නට මතයක් ගොඩ නැගිලා නැති නිසා බැහැර කරන්නට බෑ ඇයට ලිංගික අඩත්තේටම වුණාද නැද්ද. කොහොමද කුමන්ත්‍රණය? මේ කුමන්ත්‍රණයට සම්බන්ධයි ශ්‍රීශ්‍රලන්ත තානාපතිවරයා.
අපි නිතරම තානාපතිතුමාව ගෙනල්ලා සාකච්ඡා කරලා තියෙනවා මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ. බොහොම රාජ්‍යතාන්ත්‍රික මට්ටමින් ඒ අනුව දැන් කට උත්තරයක් දීම සඳහා අමාත්‍යාංශයේ සේවිකාව දවස් දෙකක් පොලිසිය සමග කටයුතු තානාපතිතුමා කීපවතාවක් විදේශ අමාත්‍යාංශයට පැමිණියා. කිසිම ගැටලුවක් නැහැ. බොහොම මිත්‍රත්වයෙන් කටයුතු කරන්නේ. එයාගේ මතය මොක වුණා අපේ මතය රටේ නීතියයි අපි දැන් ඒ අනුව කටයුතු කරනවා.
ජෙල් සීන් ඇක්ෂන් ඇන්ටිජර් මවුත්වොෂ් සමගින් එන ක්ලෝස් අප් ජෙල් එක ස්ටෝරි එක ස්ටාර්ට් කරන්න.
The international terrorism expert Professor Rohan Gunaratne arrived at the Presidential Commission today, investigating security failures that led to the Easter Sunday terror attacks last April. Professor Gunaratne was expected to give evidence regarding comments made by the international academic, where he had pointed at the failure of the security establishment to take warnings provided on the date and time of bombing seriously, leaving the gates wide open for the death and destruction encountered on Easter Sunday. Former head of the International Centre for Political Violence and Terrorism Research at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore, Professor Rohan Gunaratne arrived before the Presidential Commission investigating Easter Sunday terror attacks today. He was expected to provide evidence on various aspects of the attacks, but primarily the facts behind a 2016 media interview given by him, where he revealed the significant presence of Islamic State sympathizers in the country. In the interview, Professor Gunaratne had called on the government to take immediate measures to address the issue before the Islamic State terror cells could organize and plan attacks against the Sri Lankan people. In his testimony, Professor Gunaratne also rejected claims by the security establishment that only fragments of intelligence had been received on the attacks, rendering it insufficient to act upon. He stated to the Commission that his conclusion remains that the failure of security establishment to take warnings of foreign intelligence agencies seriously was the main cause for the attack and loss of life.
ප්‍රතිශක්තිකරණ පද්ධතිය සහ මානසික ක්‍රියා නිසි පරිදි පවත්වාගෙන යාමට දායක වන කැල්සියම්, විටමින් C සහ යකඩ අඩංගු මයිලෝ සමගින් පෝෂණයෙන් ඉදිරියට.
ඕනෑම ප්‍රමාණයක ටීවී සඳහා 50ක් දක්වා වට්ටම්. දිවයින පුරා සොෆ්ට්ලොජික් සහ සොෆ්ට්ලොජික් මැක්ස් ප්‍රදර්ශනාගාරවලින්.
Now, the Supreme Court has extended the overseas travel ban imposed on the Royal Park murder convict Jude Shramantha Jayamaha, who was on death row and later pardoned by former President Maithripala Sirisena. The overseas travel ban was extended until the 1st of June 2020. The three-member judge bench, consisting of Supreme Court Justices Priyantha Jayawardena, Vijit Malalgoda and Gamini Amarasekara, took up the petition filed by the Women and Media Collective, challenging former President Maithripala Sirisena's decision to pardon Royal Park murder convict Jude Shramantha Jayamaha. The bench extended the overseas travel ban imposed on Jayamaha until the 1st of June 2020. The petitioners were ordered to issue notices to the respondents named in the petition. The Attorney General's Department told the court that the Controller General of the Immigration and Emigration Department has submitted an affidavit with regards to the case. As stated in the said affidavit, pardoned convict Jude Shramanta Jayamaha had travelled overseas on the 15th of November. Speaking on behalf of the petitioners, President's Counsel Sanjeeva Jayawardena told the judge bench that according to the information received, Jayamaha is currently staying in Singapore and extraditing him to Sri Lanka is legally possible. Presenting submissions further, he said legal action can be taken against Jayamaha just as the extradition procedure of former Central Bank Governor Arjuna Mahendran. The three-member judge bench subsequently fixed the petition for support on the 29th of May in 2020. The petitioners allege that former President's decision to select and pardon only this individual out of over 1,000 convicts currently on death row is completely unconstitutional. They have sought the Supreme Court to remand the pardoned murder convict once more. Now moving on with other stories, General Secretary of the United National Party, Akhila Viraj Karyavasam, yet again insists that Ranil Wickremesinghe will continue to be the party leader. There was some tension within the UNP after the presidential election, with the party being divided over who should lead it, with one faction insisting that presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa must be the opposition leader as well as the party leader, with the other backing Ranil Wickremesinghe. There are still calls from within the UNP that the leadership too must change hands, and with that being the case, party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe says that they already have parliamentary seats in the excess of 100 and that the party's unity will see that number hitting 113. UNP leader MP Ranil Wickremesinghe met members of civil organisations who supported MP Sajith Premadasa during the presidential election to convey the party's gratitude to them.
ජනාධිපතිවරණයේ ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම කරපු සේවයට මම පළමුවෙන්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. අපේ තිබුණු සැලැස්ම අනුව ක්‍රියා කරා නම් අපි වෙන තැනක මුණ ගැහෙනවා. එතකසේ හෝ තමයි අද අපිට මුණ ගැහෙන්න සිද්ධ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒත් මේක අධෛර්ය වෙන්න උවමනා නැහැ. පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ අපිට මේ ප්‍රතිඵල අනුව ආසන 103ක් 104ක් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්. අපි ඉලක්ක කරගන්න 113ක් කරගන්න. අපි ඒ සඳහා කොහොමද උපක්‍රමශීලීව අනික් ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදී බලවේග එක්ක ක්‍රියා කරන්න කියන එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. බලවේග සියල්ලම එකතු කරමු. එකතු කළා අපි ඉදිරියට යමු.
Despite several high-profile parliamentarians calling for a UNP party leadership change, its General Secretary MP Akhila Viraj Karyavasam, however, is insistent that Ranil Wickremesinghe will continue to be the party leader.
ඊළඟ පාර්ලිමේන්තු මැතිවරණයට තව මාස කිහිපයක් තියෙනවා. අපි පක්ෂයක් විදියට මේ සියලුම දෙනා එකතු වුණොත් සියලුම දෙනා එක හඬින් පක්ෂය ඉදිරියට ගෙන ගියොත් අපිට පුළුවන් 113 හදන්න. විශේෂයෙන්ම පක්ෂ නායකතුමා පැහැදිලිව කියලා තියෙනවා එතුමා 2025 ඡන්දිල්ලන්නේ නැහැනේ. එතුමා පැහැදිලිව කියලා තියෙනවා පක්ෂයේ ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා වැඩපිළිවෙලක් හදලා ඊළඟ මැතිවරණ ජයග්‍රහණය කරන පක්ෂයේ ඉදිරියට ගෙනෙන වැඩපිළිවෙලක් හදලා එතුමා ඒ ගන්න ඕනේ පියවරවල් ගන්නවා කියලා.
බෞද්ධ ආගම පිළිබඳ කතා කරපු අපේ මැති ඇමතුරුන් පිළිබඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආවා. ඒ නිසා අපි පැහැදිලිව කියනවා. ඇතැම් ওই වහගෙන හිටපු යම් යම් කොටස් තමයි විශේෂයෙන්ම අපිට පරාජයට පත් කරන්න හේතු උනේ. බෞද්ධ රට මේ සිංහල රට පිළිබඳව අපේ වේදනාවක් තිබෙනවා. ඒ වගේම අපේ ආදරය දිනාගත් බෞද්ධ ආගම නිගා වෙන විදියට කටයුතු කරපු කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවනම් එයාට ඉදිරි අපේ මැතිවරණයේදී මම ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා. එවැනි මැති ඇමතිවරුන්ට කිසිලෙසකින්වත් මේ රටේ නැවත නාම යෝජනා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය තුල දෙන්න එපා
එතුමා සහ විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා දෙන්නම එකතු වෙලා මේ කටයුතු කරනවා. ඔව් පක්ෂ නායකතුමා නලින් එකතුමා.
මේ කාන්තාව සහ කැලණිය එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ ඉන්න දේශපාලකයන් අතර යම් සම්බන්ධයක් ගැන කියනවා. උදාසන ගුණවර්ධන මහත්මයා මේ කාන්තාවේ පෙනීන ආකාරය සත්‍ය දැක්කා. මේ සිදුවීම් ගත්තට පස්සේ පේනවා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය සහ මේ සිදුවීම අතර යම් පටලැවිල්ලක් තියෙනවා.
පක්ෂයේ කාර්යභාරය තමයි කාට හෝ අගතියක් වෙලායයි විශ්වාස කරනවා නම් ඒ වෙනුවෙන් පෙනී හිටීමේ වැරද්දක් නැහැ. කොහොමත් මේ ඥාතිකම් කියනවා නම් ඔය කාට හෝ ඥාතිනේ එක්ක මෙහෙට ඥාති නැත්නම් එහෙට ඥාති. ඉතින් ඒක මේකට අදාළ කරගන්න පුළුවන් කමක් නැහැ. උසාවියේ මේ පිළිබඳව විමර්ශනයක් යනවා. නඩු කටයුත්තක් සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපි බලමු මේකෙදි.
Now, Caroline Jury, Mrs. World 2020, arrived back home to a huge public welcome this morning. Caroline is the first Sri Lankan beauty pageant candidate to win a title in over 3 decades. Having championed the cause of mental health issues throughout the competition, Caroline believes that her title can help Sri Lanka's youth suffering from depression and other mental health issues. Caroline Jury, the winner of Mrs. World 2020 crown, arrived back in the country today. Driven in a motorcade from the airport to Colombo, many members of the public lined the streets to catch a glimpse of Sri Lanka's first international pageant winner in over 3 decades. Speaking to AdaDerana, Caroline spoke of intense emotions upon being announced the winner. On being asked if she was intimidated by the international competition being a newcomer to beauty pageants, Caroline says that her mental strength helped her overcome any fears she had. The reigning Mrs. World also paid tribute to the important role played by her husband in giving her the freedom to pursue her dream, contributing to her once-in-a-lifetime victory.
වැඩ කරන එක යාතරලා මෙයා ලංකාවට ආවේ මං ඉඳා. අන්තික හැම දෙයක් මම නැති වෙලාද එයා මගේ බබාත් බැලුවෙත් එයා. ඉතින් ඒකින්ද මම විශේෂම ස්තුති කරන්න ඕනේ.
Having highlighted mental health issues she had faced in her youth during the pageant, Caroline revealed her hopes of using her title to assist people suffering with similar issues in the future.
I always had a passion to help the children who are suffering from hate and depression, because when I'm young I did the same thing also. So as Mrs. World, I will have a great honor to help those children because people will listen to me. So I want each and everyone to help me, to help the children who are suffering in Sri Lanka. As for my life's experience, I know the pain what I went through. So as a Sri Lankan, I'm asking you all one help. So help me, support me to help the children who are suffering.
Now, Brigadier Priyanka Fernando has been appointed as the new Director of Real Estate and Quartering of the Sri Lanka Army. He officially assumed duties at Army headquarters in Sri Jayawardhanapura yesterday. Brigadier Priyanka Fernando, prior to this new appointment, served as the Commandant of Ranaviru Sampath Kendra in Wattala, and prior to that, the Defence Attaché of Sri Lanka at the Sri Lankan High Commission in London. Now he succeeds Major General Prasanna Chandrasekhara, who has now been appointed as the new Master General Ordnance at Army headquarters. We'll be back after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and this is First at 9. Now, legendary emerging markets investment guru Mark Mobius believes that Sri Lanka should set its sights a bit higher and look at an annual 10 million tourist target, given its close ties with India and China, both countries with populations over 1 billion each. Mobius, the founder of Mobius Capital Partners, made these comments speaking at an investment forum worked off this morning. Mark Mobius, international emerging markets guru and one of Bloomberg Markets magazine's 50 most influential people, explained that the key factors in an attractive emerging market for investors remain value and growth. What's more, the fund manager also believes that Sri Lanka right now is looking more attractive than ever in value terms.
Yesterday, someone asked me about tourism here in Sri Lanka, and I said, you people should not be doing 2 or 3 million a year. You should be doing 10 million a year plus. And the reason why I said that is because the fact that you have north of you 1 billion people in India, you have friendly relations with China, another 1 billion, so the tourist potential is incredible. These people are beginning to travel more and more. Of course, when we look at emerging markets, we look at value. What are the value in these emerging markets? And by the way, Sri Lanka now looks really very attractive in valuation terms. The other key word is growth. And this is one thing that people often forget. Sometimes these markets have downturns, but the key is growth. Because if you look at GDP growth for 2019 forecasted, you'll see that even despite all the downward revisions that we've seen, we're expecting emerging markets to grow by 4.5% versus 1.6% for the developed markets. Developed countries, of course, include US, Japan, and European countries, and Australia, New Zealand.
A high-powered Chinese business delegation representing the science and technology sector has been holding discussions with Sri Lankan industrialists and SMEs representatives since their arrival in the island yesterday. Now, following these discussions, two landmark cooperation agreements were signed with the Confederation of Micro, Small and Medium Industries. The agreement signed related to a cooperation framework agreement between COSME and China Mianyang Enterprise Union for import and exports, and a strategic cooperation agreement between COSME and Sichuan Yeyang Trading Company Limited. Trade relations between the two countries have grown in the recent years, with China being the second largest supplier of imports. Total bilateral trade between both countries in 2017 was at $4.6 billion, a large 4.7-fold growth from a decade back where it was at $965 million. Now, taking a look at the markets, shares fell for the sixth straight session today and ended at a near 4-week closing low, weighed down by continued foreign sell-offs in the absence of any fresh policy announcements. Now, the benchmark stock index closed down 0.71% at 6,060.20, its lowest since 15th of November. Now, the Bourse also fell 1% last week, but is up 0.1% for the year so far. However, foreign investors have been net sellers in the equity market for the 29 sessions out of last 32, offloading 7.64 billion rupees worth of shares. Now, they sold a net 213.2 million rupees worth of shares today, extending the year-to-date foreign outflow to 11.2 billion rupees. In the meantime, equity market turnover was 573.4 million Sri Lankan rupees, less than this year's daily average of around 725 million. Now, last year's daily average was 834 million rupees. Now, here's a brief report on today's market performance.
The secondary market yield curve remained broadly unchanged, while overall market witnessed a mixed activity, with the low volumes ahead the bond auction that will be held on 12th Thursday. And stock market ended in negative territory for the fifth straight session on the price losses made in John Keells and distilleries. And John Keells constituted of 69% of the day turnover, while the net foreign outflow was witnessed amid high foreign participation.
We'll see you again after this break. Don't go away. The 13th South Asian Games held in Kathmandu of Nepal came to a close today. This year's Games proved to be Sri Lanka's best ever showing at the South Asian Games, with an overall medal haul of 250, accompanied with a third-placed finish on the medal table. Now, there were also event records for Sri Lanka to boast about. Sri Lanka's athletics team was able to secure 15 gold medals at the South Asian Games, and in doing so, they beat India on the gold tally on the track after a 28-year wait. The men's 4x100 meters relay team, meanwhile, also etched themselves in history by setting a new record in the event, breaking an event record which stood for 15 years. Hiruni Wijeratna also rewrote history by winning the first gold medal Sri Lanka has ever won in women's marathon. Behind athletics, swimming proved to be the next most successful sport for Sri Lanka at the South Asian Games 2019, but all of them came from one man. Matthew Abesinghe, Sri Lanka's ace swimmer, bagged a total of 7 medals, bringing honour upon the island. His tally of 7 medals is also the best individual medal haul by a Sri Lankan at this year's Games, matching the record he set back in 2016. 4 more gold medals came Sri Lanka's way in Taekwondo. Meanwhile, there were also some commendable performances from Sri Lankan men and women in volleyball, kabaddi, badminton, wushu, wrestling, weightlifting, golf and judo. All in all, Sri Lanka came away from the Games with an overall medal tally of 250. Among them are 40 gold medals, 82 silvers and 128 bronze medals. This year's achievements at the South Asian Games is by far Sri Lanka's best as they celebrate their highest medal tally ever at the Games. And that's it from all of us here at First at 9. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.